Hey guys, good to see you back. We are still in Elmcreek, and I just got done with a little coffee, a little, I don't know, coffee cake, something like that, and a sandwich. And I talked to Mike about what he wants to do today. So maybe first, yeah, this is pretty, but maybe first let's show you what we did since last time. And I gotta say, I like it. I like it a lot. This is pretty. Just look at the colors. That's great. Yeah, so the company came in and they put in some gravel, and they also reseeded the grass, made it look all a little prettier. Just for this area, obviously there's a little pile of, it's called dirt. Nobody, doesn't need to be anything else. But here is our silo. Yep, that's what it is. That's how it's gonna look, and this is how it's gonna work. I like it. We did just decide to add some plants back in because it was a little bare just beforehand. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I like it. I like it a lot. What's the plan for today? Well, Mike said he has big plans for a lot of things, which is specifically, well, one, at first he was thinking maybe turn the corn that we have over here into just corn and sell the corn, but then he was just like, well, we're getting cows, so may as well put this into silage. If we want to turn that into silage, we have to put a silage pit somewhere. So he essentially, somewhere in this area, he hasn't really decided yet, plus he wants to put up a couple sheds. Like really everything that's back here, where you have the trees, we're gonna potentially reutilize for some other things. He doesn't want to put up all the sheds and all that stuff right now, but it's something that will happen in the near future. But what he does want to put up right now is a silage pit. And to get that, well, may as well make the most out of everything that we have. So there are a couple things that he's considering. One, he just wants to put the corn in the silage pit, nothing else. So the grass doesn't need to go in there. Also, he has a baler that can wrap our bales already if we get some grass cut, which is probably the plan for today. He would like to take all the grassland on his land and turn it into usable, well, just use it. Part of it should be hay and part of it should be grass for silage. So that will be a pretty big task. I think I'm going to take the McCormick. I don't see why not. Yeah, no, this should work. Okay, there's our tractor. Let's get the these guys, the mowers attached, and then we can start mowing. And while we do that, I can hopefully show you all of the area that Mike actually owns here. It is a lot. It's pretty much everything on the inside of these trees. Goes all the way around the... let's get this unfolded so we can actually get started on things. It gets everything on the inside of these trees, plus all the way around the fields, plus... there's a big meadow over on the other side of here, which we can't even see from right now. But yeah, I'm just gonna go around the perimeter so you can see everything, and then from there, well, I hopefully finish all of this and we can get some baling done. Yep, let's get the drone up and see what happens. So this was pretty much the whole area that you just saw. Hope you saw much of that. It's a little bigger than I expected. We did cut down a couple bushes, but I don't think Mike would mind. They're not really there for anything. They're just part of the land that he already bought, so may as well keep those around. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. So yeah, all we have to do now is make sure that we actually get all of the greenery taken care of, and once we do that, tether some of it, windrow all of it, and then pick it up with the baler and make something useful out of it. That's really the goal here. There are some funny looking areas, just it's hard to get to mow, or it's hard to mow around that area, but also going around the fields. Let's just make it look nice. I don't think it's going to be the best grass available there, but at this point we don't have anything, so we're going to use as much as we humanly can. I'm not going to take all of Mike's grass by his house, but just get enough of it so that he can just mow a little bit. Because remember, he does have a broken foot and it's not really that mobile right now. So yeah, we go over all of this, get everything done, and once we're done with this, and I do think these mowers that we have already won't have any issue getting well, taking on all the grass that we're going over here, so not worried about that. I think we're done with all the tight space. Hey, there's a train. But yeah, let's just work our way up through all the different areas that we need to get to, and I'll see you when we start doing something a little more exciting. I feel like I should mention at this point that Mike also requested that I turn this meadow to our right into a proper grassland. Right now, it's just like wild grass on it, and that's not really, obviously you can see, that's not really yielding a lot, but he would like it to be our main source of grass, at least for a little while. So turning all of this into a proper field, that's gonna be a pretty big task. Nothing for right now. Is probably something we can attempt in the winter if it's not too cold. I don't think we get permafrost here. I mean, it's my first winter here, so we'll see how it actually goes. But we can try to get some, well, permafrost. You don't get permafrost. You either have permafrost or you don't. That's why it's permafrost. But we'll see what we can do in the winter. I would prefer, well, getting all this baling and the grass out of the way, get some silage in, probably get some cows at least fed. I know he doesn't have them yet, but he says he ordered them, so they may arrive at any point now. Also don't know if Mike really knows what he's doing, especially ordering wise. Probably just click the button somewhere and they said, yeah, we'll send you cows, don't worry. So we'll see how that all goes. But for right now, this is our task. We gotta get that grass. It's actually going a lot faster than I expected. I do know that he has a pretty large farm. I mean, the farm is over there, and everything, well, everything between here and there is his, and he just would like as many bales as possible. And then I think what we're gonna do is this: everything that's out in the open can get the silage wrap, so they can ferment and do all the stuff that they need to do. And everything that's closer to the trees, we may just make that into hay, or turn that into hay. Just so that when we have the hay bales, they don't get rained on as bad or snowed on as bad. Because at this point, we just don't have real storage for it. I know it's something that he's planning on too, but I mean, how much can he actually get done in the time that he wants to get it done? Because it feels like he's overdoing it a little bit, and he's overstretching. I think is the best way to describe it. That's just a lot to do, and it's nice work, it's good work, and obviously we're making progress, but you know, you gotta set realistic goals. So let's see how much we get done. I do know he wants a silage pit done at some point, so we have to clear out that space, and then we have to start on the corn. I don't think he has a forager? Is it a forager? No, it's a forage harvester. Just some way to turn the corn into actual silage. He may have to rent that or, well, buy a new one, but I heard they're really expensive. So we'll see how he wants to handle that. Honestly, I don't care. I just need to be able to do the work that he wants me to do. And once I have that, that should be pretty simple. But for right now, well, technically we could probably put grass in that silage pit as well. But honestly, I'm okay doing bales. Feels like it's a little less work until I have to transport them, because Mike's not going to transport them. And as far as I know, so far I am the only, or my little tractor, my little Massey, is the only front loader attacher. Well, the only tractor with a front loader attached to it, so I'm not sure that he has any other ways to actually do the loading of bales, so that'll be interesting. Let's switch to the inside. I do like this two mower setup where I have the big wing on the right and the little one in front of me, so I don't crush any of the grass, which is nice because it's all good stuff. Don't just want to lose it. And it feels like we make enough progress that it's still worth this trip. Is the McCormick a little big for this? Yeah, but hey, I'm the only one that uses any of these tractors right now, so may as well use whichever one I feel like. But yeah, it's definitely too big for what we're doing here. I would think for the baler we're gonna need the McCormick for sure, but for the rest we can probably use one of the other tractors. Well, we'll see. There's still the case, and then there is my tractor, and then there is the old John Deere. Yeah, there's more than enough stuff available to just play around, have a little bit of a different scenery every time something comes along. But yeah, let's get this done. I would like to have this done early afternoon if possible, but I may be underestimating how much work is there to do. So we'll see how that goes. But I'll see you in a little bit. Honestly, I expected this piece to take a lot longer than it did. I mean, we do have relatively large equipment, but there's definitely bigger equipment available out there. So yeah, I'm happy that this part wasn't just a time sink, period. But obviously we're not completely done yet, but the piece that is done is really just by the trees, so we can actually make some room for the silage pit. And I don't see that taking very long. However, also thinking about it, I do want to get about half silage bales and half hay. So I don't think just using what's over here across the street will be enough for hay, but we'll see. We'll see how what it is when we're done with it. If there's enough, then there is enough. If there isn't, if there isn't enough. I did talk to Mike if he really wants me to mow all the way in between the fields, because I do feel like I'm crushing some of the crop whenever I go through there, especially with equipment this big. Otherwise I take the small mower, but then I have to take multiple passes, and he just said, yeah, don't worry about it, it's fine. It's not, I mean, he doesn't gain much, and it looked like most of the stuff was just mulched up anyway, so it wasn't even mowed. Well, it was mowed, but to turn directly into mulch, which is also not really very helpful. So yeah, let's not worry about that. Let's just get this little piece done over here. And I think we may have to move some material around. Good thing we have this guy sitting here. We need to find some temporary homes for all of this. Where should the mulcher go? Let's see. I think the mulcher can probably hop over here. We won't really have much use for it for a while, until I decide that we do need to use it for something. Then we have this guy. I think this is a roller for grassland, which is funny because right now Mike doesn't even have grassland. So we gotta see how this plays out. But where can we put this? Maybe somewhere on the gravel that we already have here, so it doesn't, you know, doesn't just end up in the way of everything. I'm gonna say up here feels nice. He does have a little bit of equipment standing around over here, so it should be good. Oh, it looks like this one has a front loader attacher, actually. So if we really need it, we can probably change that. Now, what do we have left here? There's the baler. We need that pretty soon. There is the rower and the tedder. Actually, let's take the wind rower and put it on the road because we will use you very, very soon. And then the tedder, I may just attach to this tractor right away because this tractor will use the tedder. So have you come out here? Should be good. Right there is nice. Okay. Yeah, I did not turn the tractor off. You don't want to turn the tractor off because diesel is pretty expensive. So here's the last piece. Get you out of the way, and then we can continue with our shenanigans. Let's call it what it is. I do like that most of the modern tractors, or all the tractors that you have that auto attacher. They just kind of go close enough and then they take care of the rest. It's a little weird, but hey, I'm not going to complain. It makes my job, not my job, a lot easier, so that's wonderful. Let's have you, we'll probably just park over here. May as well just unfold our tedder right away. There we go. Could it be wider? Yes, but I think this will be just fine. Let's get back to our mowing. I think we only have like maybe 4 or 5 passes up and down here, and then we should be pretty good. I'm gonna leave the grass over on that side for the bees to our left, simply because it's probably more valuable over there than it is over here. But yeah, let's see what we can get out of this. Obviously, none of this grass is very high yielding. It's just, it needs to be done. Mike wants it to look a little pretty, plus we're gonna do a lot of stuff to just this area in general, so we're not gonna be able to keep, well, we may not be able to mow any of this again, ever. Another big bush. I know I drove over a couple bushes earlier, but I don't want to be too rough on the equipment because it is just a machine. So if there's something in those bushes that I can't see from here, but that may just destroy it, we have a real problem because I need this tractor. So there we go. Now we have a little nicer area, and yeah, this just looks like maybe 2 or 3 up and downs, and then we can start doing the tedding. And look the nice job that it did in the back there. Yeah, that looks a lot better than it was before. I'm very much looking forward to turning that into a field. Not sure if what he wants me to use for that. I haven't seen quite exactly what he had in mind, unless he wants me to use that cultivator that he had before. I mean, cultivator should work, but I think a plow may be better for the first time you turn a field, just because it will get more nutrients and more other things out of the ground. That may be a better start, but I don't know. We'll see what he says. Maybe he just wants to listen to my opinion anyways. He does have a pretty big tractor, so I think a plow could be used at least. I don't know if he will, but it could be. So we just gotta see what he wants to do. In the end, it says field. It's whatever he wants to do on it, and I mean, if he really wants to. If we look behind us, there's a field right now. I think it has sugar beets in it. And as far as I can see, or as far as I can tell, there's nothing in the whole area that, like in his equipment, that would enable us to actually harvest that. Which is not the end of the world, by no means, but makes me wonder, do you just want to turn that into a grass field as well? I don't know. I need to stop scratching this tractor because at some point he's going to get mad. He may not notice a couple scratches because this is a working machine, but at some point he's just being careless. That's not the image I want to give them on the second day on the job. That would be very unfortunate. Let's get these all mowed up so we don't have to come back here. Very good. Go around these trees. Yeah, there are a lot of trees here. We may take them down in the winter. It's always easier to chop down trees when the leaves aren't on them because it's just a lot less of a mess. But I don't know yet. Maybe he wants to keep that. We do have a relatively open area back here. Taking a couple trees out just a few of them. I would like to keep as many trees in as possible because when they bloom, it's something for the bees. Bees want as many flowers as you can give them, and we are in a global bee shortage, or bees are dying off. That's why that's the problem. It's one of our main cross-pollinators for all types of plants. Any plant that has a fruit, any plant that has a flower at some point in their lifetime is something the bees want to hang out with, and we need to make sure that we provide them. So let's not take any plants away that are not absolutely necessary to be taken away. Now, I don't know what types of trees these are. I mean, they're orange leaves in the fall. That really doesn't mean anything. But I would assume that there's some type of flower happening at some point. Yeah, let's finish this up real quick. Yeah, as I said, I don't think this took very long. I was assuming it would take a little longer than it did, but hey, this is fine with me. We will have to put these somewhere in a safe spot that's not in the way. I think over here, no, we're gonna go over that. Over there may not be a great spot, but out here could be a good place right now because we won't use that spader for a little while. And this guy will have to attach to the baler once we're ready for it. So, yeah, we'll just leave that guy here, turn it off for the time being, jump into the case, and get all hay bales ready to go. Okay, turn that on, lower it, and yeah, we'll just get started on the corner here. And drone time. Okay, yeah, no, just overall, this all went a lot faster than I expected. Like, I mean, I'm happy it did, but it's a lot faster, but I'm not convinced that the amount of hay that we got here is going to be enough for everything that we want to do. So I think I'm going to run 2 more up and down trips over here on the bigger meadow part, just so we actually... That I know we will have enough. I think we're pretty close to enough, especially for just a few cows. But I want to be sure. So we're going to go up and down here one more time. And then, yeah, I think next time it's time to actually bale this up. And we're not going to go crazy. We're just going to use the windrower, get everything nice and aligned and tidy, and then bale them up. Maybe Mike can help me. I'm not convinced that he can. I don't feel like he is capable enough to actually run big machineries like that, but we'll see. I mean, he's a new farmer. He has to learn at some point, so we'll see how that goes. I do hope one thing, because I don't want to pick up any of this material or any of these bales with my front loader because this is really spread out. I hope he can rent or buy a bale trailer before we get there, because at this point I know he doesn't have one. There's no bale trailer sitting anywhere in the yard, and without that, this is gonna be a painful undertaking. But if we can get one, I think that would make our lives a lot easier and more predictable. And yeah, just it's hard to tell. Hard to tell right now what he wants to do. I mean, I could call him, but honestly, it's just something we can talk about tonight. Also, I don't know if I mentioned that last time, I am staying in his house. Technically, I am paying him rent, but he's just taking it out of my paycheck, so it's still just $3,000 every month for the next year. So November next year, we will evaluate what we want to do, how we want to do it, why we want to do it, and all that stuff. But yeah, no, this is good. We're almost done with this row, and I think then that will be enough, because I also want to have enough of the silage bales. So let's not overdo it. But this is good. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you again next time when we take care of the bales, and then I think harvest has to start pretty soon too. Plus, that silage pit that we have to put in for the corn harvest and corn silage that we still have to do. There's a lot more stuff going on. Yep, this will be great. Thanks for watching. Bye.